Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be going over shoulder pain. The most common reason for having shoulder pain, which is the rotator cuff syndrome, rotator cuff tendon injury, impingement syndrome. These are all the different names they use in the literature. So we're going to be going over the reasons why you get this type of shoulder pain, what specific exercises, stretches, and shoulder strengthening exercises you can do to improve your shoulder pain. So what is the shoulder joint and how does it work? So one of the main joint of your shoulder is where your arm connects to your trunk. So the end of your arm is like a ball and the end of the trunk here is like a socket, okay? So every time you move your arm up in the air, this ball rolls, glides into the socket, okay? Every time you use your arm up in the air to feed, to type, to paint, and most of the time, every day, our job requires us to do the same repetitive movement over and over. Typing, writing, painting, feeding a baby. So, in order for this to glide smoothly, okay, you can see this space, it's only an inch wide, and in between that space you have tendon of all your shoulder muscles, the rotator cuff, that glides into that space, okay? So if you have a bad posture doing everything you do in your daily activities, your shoulders are rounded forward and your head is forward like this with your shoulders like that, this space with your shoulder being forward, okay, like that, it's going to be a little bit more narrow. So every time you're going to want to lift that arm, it's going to get jammed. So very important to do your postural correction stretches that we're going to go over, okay? You want to be in that proper positioning to lift your arm and not, forward like this, because every time you're going to try to move, it's going to get jammed. The other reason you can have pain is if that space in between is even more narrow than that inch you have normally by having bone spurs. So this surface is not smooth. It has extra bone growth because you have arthritis with aging. And also with those tendon gliding in between, if one of the tendon is injured, it's going to be swollen, it's going to be bigger, it's going to take more room. So in between, if one of the tendon here is bigger, it's not going to be having as much room to move. So it's going to get compressed, jammed, and that's why they call it also the impingement syndrome. And of course, as the tendon get compressed, it's going to hurt, it's going to get injured further, and you can go from a benign sprain to a complete rupture of your rotator cuff tendon. So let's start with which stretches you should be doing to correct your posture to help your shoulder pain. So in one of my other video, I go over the specific neck stretches. So it's very important to do those. I go over the chin in stretch, the shoulder back, shoulder squeeze stretch. So these are the two that I want you to do. And we're gonna add in this video the pec stretch that we can do at a doorway or at a corner. So the pec stretch, the corner stretch, you're going to be standing a foot from a corner, and then you put in your hands at shoulder height. You're going to be leaning into the corner, and you're going to feel the stretch along your pec area, okay? So you want to hold at least 10 seconds. If it hurts too much, you can bring your hands a little bit lower or hold less time. Okay, so starting from shoulder height for your hands, a foot from the corner, and then you lean into the corner and you count 10 seconds or at least 5 seconds. when you feel stretching around here. So if you do 10 seconds, do it at least 4 or 5 times. If you can only do it 5 seconds, do it at least 10 times to spend 1 minute on it. So to start working on your shoulders, so there's 2 options. Either you can use these elastic bands that you can purchase online. You start with a medium resistance. Every color has a different resistance. So you can either put it around like a hand railing, you can put it around a doorknob to really secure it because you're going to be pulling on it. So I want to show you, before we start working on strengthening your shoulders, I want to show you the proper way to work your upper body, okay? So for all of the exercises, the proper positioning is to keep your head aligned with your trunk, okay? And then you don't want to have your knees, your legs completely straight like that, and your back arch. So you don't want to be with your head forward, back arch, and knees straight and working out. This is the worst position. You don't want to be in this position. You want to be with your knees slightly bent, your head back, aligned with your trunk, and your low back straighter. So you're kind of squeezing your stomach in. So this is the position you want to be in. You have your chin in, shoulders back, you squeeze your stomach, and your knees are slightly bent, okay? You're kind of like in a squat position. And in this position, the first exercise we're going to do, you're bringing your shoulders back together, okay, like that. So we will start with a series of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this one, your arms were bent. The next one you're going to do, you're going to straighten your arms. Same thing, you keep your chin in, head aligned with your trunk, your stomach in, and knees slightly bent. And your arms are straight, and we're going to start with a series of 10 straight back and out. Straight back and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Always start with a series of 10, then do 20, 30, and when it starts getting easier, you can use something that is tighter and increased resistance, okay? The other one you can do, you secure your band properly, okay? You can make a knot. You secure it properly at the handrail or a doorknob, and then standing sideways like this, okay? You start with walkouts. You just take a step out, and then you come back. Step out, and you come back. Okay, that's usually easier. You're going to feel pulling around your shoulders. It's easier to start in this position. Pulling out and back in. So you do these 10 times. And your arm is at 90 degrees, your elbow at your trunk like this. Once this gets easier, what you're going to do, starting in this position, shoulders down and back, you're going to bring your hand towards your stomach, like that. Okay? If you see it here, head with your trunk aligned, stomach in, and you're bringing your hand towards your stomach. We do that 10 times to strengthen the shoulder muscles that are in the front, like that. Okay? 10 times. Hand towards your stomach. The opposite way is going to be doing walkouts the opposite way. So you're standing this way and you're going to start walking out 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. After doing 10 times, 20 times, it gets easier. You can do this one. You start from your stomach and you go out, okay? So you would be standing the other way, okay? You would be standing this way, pulling the band away from your stomach, okay? So if I do it with this hand to show you, it's the opposite. You start from your stomach and you pull out. 1. Starting from your stomach, you pull out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Working on the shoulder muscles that are in the back. The other way you can do upper body shoulder strengthening exercises without any equipment, I'm going to show it to you laying down on the table, but to be safe, if it's easier for you to get on and off your bed, you can definitely do it laying down on your bed or on your couch, okay? So you're going to be laying down on your stomach. It's always better to do both arms together because that's how our body works. So you're going to be all the way on the edge of your table or on the edge of your bed or your couch, okay? You can either do, like I said, just one arm at a time if you're on your couch, or if you're on the edge of your bed or table, you can work on both arms. Very important to keep that chin in, okay? You don't want your head, if over the edge, you don't want to have your head up like that. You want to keep your head, your chin in, and your head in this position at all times. So first, you're going to do arms straight back like this. Okay? So chin in, arms straight back, lifting them up to the table level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you start with no weights, and then if you need to add something after doing 20 or 30 of those, you can add, for example, small bottles of water, okay? So we started with series of going straight back. Now you're going to go straight out at 90 degrees, like a T, okay? So we did I, we're going to do T's, and then we're going to finish with Y's. Okay, so T's, straight out, chin in, straight out. 1, 2. If going up to the table level is too hard, you can go halfway, 45 degrees, and come back. You don't have to bring it all the way up to the table at first. Okay, chin in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I said, you start with no weights, nothing. And if it gets easier, then you can use small bottles of water or something heavier. Or if you have some small weights, you can start with 1 pound, then 2, then 3, okay? And the last one you can do in this way, it's Y. So it's going straight up and a little bit out. Chin in, keeping your head straight, and you go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always better to keep your thumbs up. So your hands are not this way with your thumbs down, but thumbs up, okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And it's always easier to start with the exercises with elastic bands that I just showed you than doing it on your stomach. I hope you enjoyed that session, and please make sure to comment, like any of the exercise you thought were useful, and if you have any questions, please write it in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Stay healthy.